welcome back to my channel. If you're new and you just joined today or are still thinking about joining the channel, welcome. It's really good to have you here, and if you are a regular, thank you so much for being my day one. It means the most to me to know that I am inspiring you in one way or another. And I must say, it's been a while since I uploaded a video. That's because work has been so crazy, super hectic, and I am here to give you the lowdown, a 3-month update on how it has been so far for me. But before I get into that, I just want to give a huge shout out to everyone who has used my CV writing services and who has gone on to use those CVs to apply for jobs and have gotten a first interview, second interview, third interview, final interview with either Chatterist or Amity Corp. If you have watched my previous video, I have spoken about these companies. They are the companies that I have applied to, gotten positions with. Unfortunately, I couldn't take Amity Corp because that's in Japan and I'm still in Hong Kong. I found a position in Hong Kong. But anyway, a huge shout out to everyone who has just been so diligent and that's felt inspired to continue this journey, to start this journey. And if teaching English abroad is your dream, do not stop. If you didn't know, I do write CVs. I offer CV writing packages. You can check the link in the description box to my online website, and you can pick a package that you want and I will get it done for you. All you have to do is job hunt, post some CVs and cover letters and wait for responses. But anyway, enough about that. But shout out to everyone who has just gotten a response and has DM'd me and messaged me to say thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Anyway, this video is a 3-month update on how my school position has been like. So I am teaching currently in Hong Kong, a primary school, and it has been the most amazing experience for me. It's been great, it's been rewarding, it's been fulfilling. So I teach grade 1s, 4, 5 and 6. And I'm telling you, if you have been questioning or thinking twice about teaching English abroad, go for it. You will not regret their experience. So when I got into this position, my main goal was to learn. It still is to learn and to gain as much experience as I can, and just to find how best I can work with children, how best I can be a good teacher, and just improving myself each and every day and pushing myself to be the best teacher, the best version of myself that I can possibly be. So first of all, to start with, I will tell you how a normal, typical day is like for me. Okay, so I stay about an hour, about 50 minutes from work by choice. Maybe not really, but yeah, I stay about 15 minutes away from work. And so I wake up at 5:30 or 5:45, just depending on how I'm feeling that day. And I'm out of the house by 6:25. 6:30 is the latest I can leave the house. If I leave later than 6:30, I know I'm gonna be late for work. So I'm out of the house by 6:25. I catch a train and I am at work by 7:25, 7:27, which is totally fine because I start work at 7:30 in the morning. Okay, these are the AMs. Okay, so if you're not a morning person, you will learn to be a morning person. I've never considered myself to be a morning person, but this position has definitely challenged me to be a morning person. Wake up early, get your stuff in order, prepare lunch the previous day, the night before. So in the morning, if you're having a really bad morning, you just wake up, quickly do whatever you have to do, rush to the kitchen, get your lunch, straight to work. So yeah, anyway, I digress. So 7:30 I'm at work and I have morning duty. So morning duty is when the students are coming into school, they're walking in, and because of the current situation, they walk in and you have to monitor the students. So you are checking if they have sanitized their hands, if they have had their temperature taken, they have to line up, and then at a certain time, then they have to go to class, right? But before they go to class, they have to tap their cards to scan, and this is their register to say, okay, this child is in school on this particular day. It just helps with being accountable for the students. So it's sanitize your hands temperature and then scan your card and then go to class. Classes start at 8 o'clock. So by 8, all the students are supposed to be in class. Classes start at 8, and from 8 o'clock to 10 past 8, this is the class teacher time. So this is the time that when, you know, if there's any information the students need to get, if there's anything that the students missed the previous day or throughout the day, the class teacher has an opportunity to talk to the students, give them back their books or just whatever else that needs to be done. And then 10 past 8, that is where I come in. 10 past 8, my first lesson starts. So on some days I start quite early at 10 past, and then on some days I just start throughout the day. So the classes used to be an hour 10, but because of COVID, they've cut the hours down. So instead of an hour 10, the classes are only an hour. A single period is 30 minutes. Whereas a single period used to be 35 minutes. So because of COVID, the students are having half days at school. So instead of a day that typically ends at 3 or 4, days are now ending at 12:30, and all the students are gone by 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So yeah, my first class starts at 8:10, and then the day just goes on and on and on and on. And normally my first class in the week would be P6, practicing speaking skills. So where I come in is they are getting ready for interviews that are happening for their secondary school. They have to go for interviews, okay? They are interviewed to get into secondary school. And this is quite a popular thing here. So I help with the speaking skills. So how to speak, your confidence, pronunciation, interview questions, how to respond. And that is where I come in when in terms of teaching P6. So when I say P6, I mean primary 6. So here it's P1 to P6. That's primary 1 to primary 6. In some countries, you will use the word grade 1, grade 2, but here we use the letter P, or word primary 1 and up to 6. You know how it goes, right? Anyway, so speaking, and that is where I come in. Planning my lessons, how they're going to run with the students, because for P6 interview speaking, I don't have a lesson plan. I wasn't given a lesson plan. I had to plan my own lessons according to the efficiency and the language level, the literacy level, because it is a school with mixed literacy levels. So sometimes you'll get students that are so amazing when it comes to English, and then in another class, really low levels of English speaking. So you really have to tailor your lesson plans according to the class. Like, okay, so for this class we had a quiz. They were able to answer the questions properly. For this class, maybe a quiz won't work. I have to give them maybe a questionnaire or a form they have to fill in the missing word. It just depends. And after P6, I work with P1s. Oh, I'm gonna take a moment, okay? Because P1s, these are your grade 1s. They are super. If I say super adorable, they are just the most amazing, cutest, sweetest babies. And what I like about them is they are so happy, they are joyful, they are eager to learn, they can't wait. And I enjoy my P1 classes. So for these classes, the lesson plans are already made for primary 1. I'd like to think across the board as well, but I don't get to teach the other grades the curriculum that I teach P1. So in Hong Kong, there is something called PLPRW, and that is your reading and writing module. And they have this across the grades. So I've had an opportunity, like the amazing opportunity to teach this to P1s. And how it runs is how a PLPRW lesson would typically run for a P1 class in my school is the first thing that happens is we have a chant, a song, depending with the phonics that we're doing for that day. We have a chant. So if it's the letter M, the sound we do a chant for that. The chant can be monkeys in McDonald's, monkeys in McDonald's, you know, stuff like that. And then we move on to another chant as well. then no, after that we move on to high frequency words. So the local teacher will come in and then teach high frequency words. Before I move on, for primary school teaching in my school, we do co-teaching. So you are always teaching with a local teacher. It's a native level English speaking teacher teaching with a local teacher. This helps a lot in class, guys. Sometimes students, as much as we're teaching English, but they just happen to understand things more in the local language, and then we'll carry on with the English class, right? So high frequency words, and then after the high frequency words, we introduce a new letter, depending with what that letter is going to be for that week. So it can be, okay, this week we are introducing the letter H. H. It's the sound, the letter is H, you know, and we can do a nice movement just to help them remember. And after we get to that point, then we start learning words that start with the letter H that have the sound. The other thing we ask them to do in class is to skywrite. So I always ask them, I always say fingers up. Everyone, show me your finger. Finger up. Let us write the letter H together. Show me, how do we write the letter H? And you know, they skywrite the letter, big letter H, small letter H, and we are done with that. And then it's the words, and after the words, we get to a point where we're always interchanging with the local teacher. So after the words, then the local teacher will come in and introduce the book that we are reading, so the book cover, where they get to learn the title, the characters, the author, the illustrator, and the book cover. And then after introducing that book, I then come in and we read the book together, and we call that part shared reading, where we read the book together. But what I normally do is I just do a picture walk with the students. So let's do a picture walk together, and you know, we're just looking at pictures, asking them questions related to the pictures, trying to get their minds to start thinking about this book. What could be happening? What is going on? I want to know this story. I really want to read this book. So we do a picture walk, asking them questions, and then after the picture walk, then I read the story to them. And if we have time, I'll read the story and then they will repeat after me. So I will read one line, they repeat the line after me. This also helps them to practice the speaking skills and understanding skills as well. And after reading the book together, then the local teacher comes in and introduces the activity for that day. So the activity can be something related to what we've learned, the words or the book. And the other thing I would like to stress in terms of teaching in primary school is it's not just, oh, we are reading a book, we are having fun. Everything is so meticulous. Everything is planned and has an aim and a goal. So it is very important when you're reading these books to focus on the areas that you know they're going to work on later in your book or activity or classwork. So if the classwork is focusing on reading or focusing on colors, then when you're reading the book, you are hammering on the numbers, you are hammering on the colors. So when you do a picture walk, you're asking questions like, oh, can you see Tom? What is Tom wearing? A shirt? What color is his shirt? So Tom has a red shirt. What does Tom have? A red shirt. You know, those kind of questions. So when they get to do the classwork, they already have an idea because we've gone through the book together. We've gone through some questions. So it's not like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know how this is working. You know, they have an idea already. So the local teacher comes and does the classwork with them. And then when the local teacher is explaining the classwork, showing them how to do it, then me as the net in that classroom, I'm moving around, helping the students with the instructions, how to write the date, helping them with whatever they don't understand from what the local teacher is explaining. And that is how we just co-teach and make the class move a bit smoother. Very interesting. And also, as a native level English speaking teacher, your role is to make these classes fun. You are there to make English learning fun. So when you read that story, you better have those intonations, okay, exaggerated. You better be acting a clown. I know sometimes you might think, okay, I feel like a fool, I look like a fool, but these are P1s, grade 1 students. They love actions. They love to do stuff. And in my classes, sometimes when I notice that the students are getting bored, we've been reading for a long time, I just simply say, now they know, okay? Now they know. Initially it was what is happening. Then I would say, everyone stand up, 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 up. They'll stand up, hands up, up high in the air, reach for the sky. Okay, touch your shoulders, touch your toes, touch your waist, touch your knees, you know, and they just wake up. And after that, I have their attention. It's okay, everyone sit down, let's continue. And you can tell, you know, you have their attention. They're not fidgety anymore. They're not bored. They're not restless. And that is something that I feel I've learned definitely in my teaching journey. And to be honest, I cannot trade what I'm learning right now for anything else. This is the perfect position for me. It's exactly where I wanted to be and what I wanted to do. And just life is about growth, and this is definitely growth. I've grown from the position I was in last year, and this position has definitely been so amazing. God has been good. He has been revealing things to me and making me a better teacher and just giving me that strength to carry on. Because some days you wake up and you're thinking, I don't want to do this today. Do I have to? And then I get to school and I see these P1s and I'm like, yeah, God, yeah. I'm happy I came. I want to do this. I'm falling in love with my position every single day, with what I'm doing every single day. And I really can't complain. So if you're thinking about moving to Hong Kong and teaching, try this. It could be for you. And if it isn't your thing, then at least you gave it a try, right? I mean, I would rather try than be bombarded by what ifs, I should have. If you can, then just do it. So I can say personally, it's been an experience that I have learned a lot from, and I cannot wait to see what more I'm going to learn and just how amazing it's going to be. So yeah, that is my 3-month update on just how classes have been running and what I do. So earlier I mentioned that I also teach P4 and P5, but we haven't been doing those lessons because my role there is to help with guided reading. And for guided reading, they need to be in groups, they need to be much more close to each other. And because of COVID, we haven't been able to do all of that. And so I don't have any feedback regarding teaching those age groups, but hopefully the next coming months I will have some information regarding that. But in terms of teaching in a primary school, this is how a typical day would run. So classes end at for the students, school it's over by 1 o'clock, but as teachers we still have to stay on campus at the school, just doing whatever else we need to do, working or just admin, you know, but we have to be at the school until 4 o'clock. So a typical day for me runs from 7:30 to 4 o'clock, and I am normally home by 5 o'clock, 5:30 if I don't have any plans after that. So if you are thinking of teaching in a private school, this is how a day would run. In terms of co-teaching, there really isn't any, you just have to learn to teach together. The different teaching styles, teachers have different teaching styles and you're teaching in different classrooms. So if I'm teaching 1A all the way to 1D, each and every teacher in that class has a different teaching style, and you have to learn how to teach with them, how to adjust yourself. The good thing about that is you get to learn so much because it's all these different teaching styles. You get to see what works, what doesn't, and what you can take and what you can leave. So you are learning so much from all these different people, different settings, and yeah, it's normally co-teaching. And I don't know if there's anything else I missed. But yeah, if there's anything else I missed, I know you guys, you will tell me about it in the comment section, or anything else you'd like to know about teaching in Hong Kong primary schools. Let me know and I will address it in the next video. I've had people asking me to do apartment tours. It requires a lot of work, a lot of time, and lately I've just been working so much. But I will set appointments with some real estate agents, and when I do, don't worry, you will get the video, you will find it, you will see it, and I will let you know. And yeah, so this is my video about teaching in Hong Kong, and I think this is the end. But before we go, we always do this. You know, we always do this. This is our tradition, okay? So breathe in and breathe out. In, out. In, so before we go, you know we always do this, always, always, always. It is our tradition here. You breathe in and out, and you say, I am a boss. In, out, I am a boss. Breathe in, out. I am a boss. You are a boss, and don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Until the next video, keep shining, keep pushing, and be inspired. Bye.